Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a young woman named Mia. From the outside, her life seemed perfect. She had a handsome fiancé, Jack, and a flourishing career as a marketing executive. They were the picture perfect couple, admired by their friends and family. But beneath the surface, Mia felt something was off. Mia had built her career from the ground up. She worked long nights, constantly pushing herself to rise in a competitive world. Driven by her passion and dreams, Jack, however, had always been distant, consumed by his own ambitions. Mia, blinded by love, ignored the warning signs, convincing herself that they were simply busy with their careers. One evening, after a particularly stressful day at work, Mia returned home earlier than usual. She opened the door to an eerie silence. Her footsteps echoed as she entered the living room, and that's when she sighed. Jack sitting on the couch holding hands with her best friend Emily. Their faces turned white as Mia stood frozen, the reality sinking in. Tears filled her eyes, but Mia didn't scream or demand answers. She quietly walked out the door, her heart shattered into a million pieces. She had given everything to the relationship, her love, her time, and her trust, only to be betrayed by the two people she cherished most. That night, Mia sat alone in her apartment, replaying every moment in her mind. She had always been the type to avoid confrontation, choosing to stay silent and put others before herself. But now she felt an anger that was unfamiliar, a fire inside her that refused to be ignored. For the first time, Mia realized how much she had sacrificed for people who didn't value her. The next day, Mia made a decision. She would not let this betrayal define her. She would not be a victim. Mia threw herself into her work, but this time with a new sense of purpose. She channeled her pain into her passion, taking on new challenges and responsibilities at the office. Her creativity soared, and she soon became known for her innovative ideas and strong leadership. Within a year, Mia was promoted to a senior executive role, breaking the glass ceiling in an industry dominated by men. But the transformation didn't stop there. Mia also began to take care of herself in ways she never had before. She started attending therapy, where she worked through the betrayal and rediscovered her self-worth. She joined a yoga class, met new friends, and traveled to places she had always dreamed of visiting. She finally began living life on her own terms, free from the need for approval from others. One day, while at a work conference, Mia was approached by a woman who had followed her career closely. The woman, a young entrepreneur, said something that struck a chord with Mia. "You have become such an inspiration. Watching you rise, despite everything you have been through, has shown me that no setback is too great." In that moment, Mia realized the most important lesson she had learned from the scandalous betrayal. True strength doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from rising after we have been broken. She understood that betrayal and failure are a part of life, but how we respond to them is what defines our future. Today, Mia mentors young women, sharing her story not as a tale of betrayal, but as a story of resilience, self-discovery, and triumph. She teaches them that in a world that may often let you down, the most important relationship you shall ever have is with yourself. Lesson: the betrayal that shattered Mia's world ultimately became the catalyst for her to reclaim her power and build a life on her own terms. In today's society, where we often seek validation from others, it's crucial to remember that self-worth comes from within. No matter the heartbreaks or failures, you have the power to rise again, stronger and more confident than before.